Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe, coming to you from deep in the heart of Texas. And we have sunshine today and we've got rain coming. Actually, a cool front here in September. We're very happy about that. But today I've got a wonderful guest, a dear friend, Marian LaSalle. She and I talked earlier. Hi, Marian. She and I talked earlier this morning, and we were both kind of in a blue funk. If you've ever been in a blue funk, we were dragging. It just didn't seem like there was much going on with either one of us. So we made a pact. We're going to find out what we can do to pep us up, make us feel better, get us out of that sinking feeling, depression, whatever it is that we had gotten into. We think there's something either in the water or the moon is wrong. Who knows? So, Marian, we're going to talk about emotions and how to get better, higher, more pleasant ways to feel in our lives. Tell us a little bit about we both did some internet. Well, I did internet looking, went to Google. And Marian, bless her heart, went inside. Oh, big, very big. All of our answers are inside. We know. And that's where she went. So I'm so happy that she's here to share that with us. Do you want to give us a little bit of that information, Marian, of what you found?
Yes. So Louise put us on this path to help not only ourselves feel better today, but to also share that with you. And that should be both of our middle names. We love to share. Anything that we find that's good in the world, good in ourselves, good in you, we want to share that. So she went and looked it up online, and I did some meditation and went inside to see how I could make myself feel better. And what I found was very interesting. I found that sometimes we want to stay in that funky mood. Like we're not even willing to do what we know would make us feel better, which I think is really strange. I mean, that's a human thing, I guess. It's not just me. I've heard other people talk about it. Sometimes people gossip because they love better. They don't want to stop because it makes them feel better. Sometimes we want to stay in a funky mood because I don't know. It didn't make me feel better to stay there, but I thought, all right, what really does make me feel better? And I came up with it right away. Immediately, I said, my friends and my family, the people that are positive in my life. But I also realized that I can't always be around. They work, I work, they have chores, I have chores, they live in different parts of the country. Whatever keeps us apart, I can't always instantaneously have that to increase my mood to make me feel better. So I thought, okay, it's got to be some other stuff. And I know Louise is going to talk about music here in a minute, but I will tell you that if I put on disco, I'm immediately going to feel better. I want to dance because I grew up with disco and that's where I had fun and it was free. And so I think what I'm going to do after this show today is to make a list of the things that I can go to when I'm feeling blue. And I can look at that list and I can say, okay, this makes me feel better instantaneously. This will be better in the long run. So the next thing I thought was, well, you should eat better, Marian. You should have more nutritious food. You should have a consistent diet of nutrients and vitamins and good, wholesome, organic food. Now, I don't have to worry about, I don't do any of that. This is just normal, everyday, sane thinking about things that could help me come out of it. So, to recap, be around my family and my positive friends. Number 2, turn on some good music. And number 3, I like to think of myself eating healthy, nutritious, delicious food, fuel, if you will. Now, I know there's one other thing that Louise is going to talk about, and that is movement. To me, that doesn't bring joy to me, movement.
It does when you
talk
dance.
Well, okay, all right. right, good. I'm glad you said that. All right, I'm glad you said that. So, movement. I'll say dancing for me. So, on my list, I'm going to have eating nutritious food, movement, which is dancing, and being around positive people, going places that are fun, and getting out in nature. So, oh, one other thing, one last thing. I don't even have to know people in order to get the positive energy boost that people can give me. So if I go to a conference or I go to a workshop where people are learning something and everybody's in a good mood, I'm there. I am there the whole time. I always love being around positive people, whether I know them or not. So
For
there.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love it. It's so perfect. It's good for both of us because Marian and I are almost like sisters. We're so much alike. So I approve and appreciate everything she has just said. And I would like to bring to your attention that Marian's way out in the country near Dallas, and I'm way out in the country near Houston. And you may get some little weird squeaky sounds when we talk. So bear with us. It's our internet connections. We're working with that. So if you get some weird noises, it's the internet, not us.
I'm pet sitting and house sitting way out in the middle of nowhere. Like there's no one around here. You could scream and it wouldn't matter.
About the
And the
same with
internet's kind of low.
mine too. But it's okay. We're here and we're here for you because this is a topic I know a lot of us struggle with because we think, my gosh, am I all alone? I have friends, I have family somewhere in this world, but I don't connect with them very often. They're busy and I'm busy. So going within might be the secret for you also. Because I know I love to go within. I just don't do it as often as I know would benefit me. And I'm going to get better. I know I am because Marian is my inspiration. That was beautiful, Marian. Thank you. But I typed in when after we talked, I was thinking I was on Google and I was on Facebook and I typed in low and high emotions. And by golly, this website popped up. It's a Facebook page, but with a website attached called ilslearningcorner.com. Now, I'll put that website in the description down below the YouTube video, and it'll be somewhere on the podcast. So if you want to go and read the stories too, you can do that. So it'll all be there in the descriptions. But something that I found that was so fascinating, she's talking about one part of our body that is key. And I would never have thought of that. So I'm going to read this just very carefully. It says, in every locker room for sports, football, baseball, basketball, they always have music in the locker room. I never knew that because I'm not a sports fan. But did you know that, Marian?
No,
I didn't know that. Us
I'm not a
girls,
sports person
we're,
either.
we're not into the sports, but they do that so that the athletes will go out on the field pepped up and ready to win that game. You've seen it, rah, rah, rah. And it works. It works. So that's one of the things that is so important for all of us. We need to hear good music. That is her key word. It's our ears. These are what bring us the emotions. The sound helps us to vibrate to the frequencies. And we've all heard about frequencies, and most of us have no clue what they're talking about for frequencies. But if you go and listen to good music, that's frequency. And I turned on the John Philip Sousa's March because in the article it said, listen to marches. I mean, I was going like this. I was already pepped up. Oh, wow, it works. And then I listened to another march, the Marine March, Stars and Stripes Forever, I think it was called. Oh, I'm just going like crazy. I could have gotten up and danced to the barn.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even have a barn. But it was amazing. It's our ears. And they are talking in the article, it's about children, dyslexic, and all of those dear kids that are on medication because they're attention deficit and all that kind of stuff. If they had music, they would be different children. So if you have grandchildren who have challenges with learning, go read this article. It will enlighten you. But anyway, it's amazing what our ears can do for us. Let me see if I can pull out some other little good facts that I found. And they're talking about the different parts of the ear. One of them is called the vestibule. I had never heard that one. I've heard of the cochlea, and there's another one that I can't even pronounce. But these little portions of our ears are what vibrate the sound and make us feel happy. And it said when you listen to rock music in particular, with its deep bass tones and its rhythm, that you can actually listen to it too much and go into a trance. Oops, I didn't know that. But anyway, I don't listen to rock music, so I don't have that problem. But anyway, there are low frequencies and there are high frequencies, and there's little tiny hair-like fibers inside our ears. The low frequencies side of the ear, or whatever it is down there, has fewer hairs. But the high frequency has lots of little hairs, and they vibrate with the sound of that music. And that, of course, is what's helping us to hear our music, our words. And it's just the most amazing article that I have ever heard, because I knew music was good for us because I've listened to it for meditation, and I know there's healing music. And here's the best thing about it. Go to youtube.com, type in healing music, type in marches, type in whatever words, rock and roll, if you
Disco.
like that,
Disco.
disco. And it's free. You just go in there and turn note volume up on your computer and just get up and dance if you can. I do that, but I'm kind of hemmed in right here. It's not going to work for me. But it is just so amazing what our ears do for us. And, and I'm just blown away. So what do you think about that, Marian?
Well, I do, like I said, I do. If I turn on disco, I'm going to feel better instantly. Whether I dance to it or not, it doesn't matter. I can be in the car. I can be definitely going to be in a happier mood. That's all there is to it. I know it. So hopefully I'm not being put in a trance. But it doesn't matter. I feel better, right? And that's what it's
Feel
all
better.
about. So what have you noticed? What have you noticed about yourself? What makes you feel better besides music, of course?
Well, like you said, good friends and being around positive people, because not all the positive people are my friends yet. I wish they were a lot of times because I love people. But it's amazing. Sometimes just being around Marian helps me because she's about 99.5% positive all the time. I don't know how she manages that, but most of the time she is very upbeat, very positive because she works at it. Right, Marian?
Well, I wouldn't call it work. I would call it wanting to stay in the fun zone. I want to feel good. Okay. So if you're mean or nasty or if you're in a bad mood, you can pretty much count on me either leaving or doing something about it. I don't want it in my life. And so that's probably why I stay up most of the time. So when I go down, it feels awful. It doesn't happen very often, but it does. It doesn't feel good at all. I don't like it. And my thoughts. Okay, sorry about this for anybody who's right thinking about this, but my thoughts immediately go to those people that decide to check out of this world. Okay, and I think to myself, how low do you have to go? You know, what kind of help would those people need in order not to do that, in order to get out of it? Because it always is better the next day. Have you ever noticed that? You go to sleep and you wake up the next day and it's different most of the time, unless it's clinical uh, depression or something like that. If it's just some feeling, it tends to go away, and it just, I don't know, it makes me feel bad to think that people have gotten that low that they just need to go, you know. Uh-oh.
It's
Did you freeze?
no, did I freeze? You were kind of cutting in and out. Am I
Oh,
frozen?
No, you're okay
Oh,
now.
okay. Sorry, folks. This is part
Yeah.
of being in the
So
country.
I didn't want to bring anybody down, but I just thought, you know, when I'm feeling that low, it makes me empathetic to
Yeah.
those people who get even lower than that and decide to check out. So I think it's good that we're bringing to light some positive things that we can do for ourselves. If we're starting to feel like that, if we're starting to feel low, what can we do to not only immediately increase our happiness, but also in the long run?
Right. And part of that long run includes getting out of the chair, moving, dancing, whatever that looks like to you, going to the gym. And one of my favorite things,
Going to the gym. Sorry.
I don't go to the gym. No, you do.
I was going to say, where'd that come from?
No, I don't go to the gym, but it might be for you. But one of my favorite things to do to perk me up is bear hugs. I'm hugging Marian across the screen here. We love hugs. So if you've got friends in your life or family and you don't hug, oh, you're missing out. Somebody told me, oh gosh, maybe 30 years ago, that for a person to be really, really healthy, we need at least 12 hugs a day. Oh,
I don't. I don't think anybody's getting 12 hugs a day.
I'm not getting even one sometimes, unless I do my own. I've been known to give myself bear hugs, and
For
that
some
helps.
reason, I just went to this vision in my head of standing on the street corner with a sign, you know, free hugs.
I've seen
That's
that
the
on
only way I'm going to
videos.
get 12,
Yeah,
12
get
hugs
my
in.
12. Or go to a meeting or a church function and say, I need 12 hugs, a sign. People love to hug, trust me. There
Some
will be
people
a
do.
few
Yeah.
who don't, and I have
Right.
run into a few of those. So I made it a point that I will always ask, may I hug you? And once in a while we'll say, I don't hug. Okay, fine. I'm just happy to know you. But some of them say, oh, yes, yes, they're so needy, as I am, for those hugs. So start giving them away to your friends and family too.
Okay. So you're telling me that to make you feel better, you can listen to music, you can go find somebody to hug, hang out with me or
Yeah,
other positive people. What else?
listen to the good music. The peppy
Oh,
music
we already
will,
talked about that.
yeah, peppy music will get you out. And that's why on the front of my videos and on the back of my videos, I have that little peppy music because it starts me to dancing. That's reason why I use it. I found it and that's it. Because I'd listen to hundreds of songs to find that one. And I know Marian, the music she uses on her videos is so wonderful. Tell us about your program that you do also, Marian.
So I have a YouTube channel called Natural Curiosity. And I came up with that word with my friends. My friends helped me come up with it because I'm just curious about so many people will laugh and giggle at me, with me, you know, around me, talking behind my back about how many darn jobs I've had. Okay. I've been everything from an ice cream scooper at Baskin and Robbins to a truck driver and everything in between, literally. And people are like, you did that, you did that, you did that, you owned that, oh, you did that, oh, you worked for who? I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And so you can't coop me up, you can't keep me down for too long. I'm going to be curious about it, and I'm going to go and find it. So, and even if I'm scared, doesn't matter. I'll find a way around nervousness or, you know, whatever. I'll just go and do it. And sometimes it gets me into trouble, and most of the time I just feel curious and go and do it, you know?
So
So
give us just go to YouTube and type in the little search bar, Natural Curiosity. And
natural
Marian's little
curiosity.
website, or her YouTube videos rather, will pop
I
up.
do have a website. It's naturalcuriosity.life.
There you go.
And you can see I have a mastermind there, and I have the YouTube channel, and I've got ways to connect with me. So that it, I'm just curious. As a matter of fact, I found a place here in Dallas while I'm here. I'm going to go by. It's called the Curious Store or something like that. It's very curious. I can't wait to see. It looks like a junk store, so
Oh,
I'm curious. I can't wait to go in and
I want to go
you
too.
know. Uh-huh.
I'm too far
Sorry,
away.
I'm here in Dallas right now, but that's
Take pictures.
of course, of course, of course. That's the one thing I never actually did for a living was be a photographer, but I definitely wanted to. Yes,
She's good at it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And another thing that you might consider if you feel like getting out and going places that we do little day trips. Marian and I and several of our other girlfriends. Last 2 weeks ago, we went to see the Newman's Castle in Belleville, Texas. There was a
It's a
real
real
castle.
castle. It's a real castle. Yeah.
It was so fun. And the man built it himself. And he lives there and does public tours. So if you ever want to go someplace and you live in the Houston area or even not in the Houston area, Newman's Castle, just Google it and it'll come up with pictures and everything. It's all of $20 to go through the tour. And what fun. And our next little trip we're planning and hasn't been finalized yet will be to Rusk, RUSK, Texas. They have a steam engine train. It has a 50-minute ride through the piney woods. And we're going to do that next. So get your girlfriends together if it's a girl group or if it's couples. Everybody can go on these little jaunts, little day trips, we call them, because we don't spend the night. And if you want to go on vacation together, that's even good. Here comes my kitty cat. Go, keep on going. Sorry about that. He has to put his little nose in. That's okay, fella. Sit down. So
Well, it was
anyway,
really, yeah, it was a really good day today. Thank you for asking me to do this show with you today. I feel much better.
I do too. And I'm glad we did it too. Even though we had some little glitches with the computer, it's okay. See, that's another thing Marian didn't tell you that she's good at. She's the computer expert. That's why one of the reasons why I hang around with her. I have learned all this computer stuff. It does not come easily to me. You may be in that genre too, but when Marian teaches, I learn. So she's my dearest friend. Well, thank you, Marian. I'm so glad we did this too, because maybe we've helped some other folks out there who have had little dips and little blue funks and whatever they call them.
I'm going to make my list and I'm going to send it over to you, and you can put my list alongside of your list, and they can start a list of theirs that we could post on the refrigerator or someplace. If we start feeling blue, we can pull that list out.
There you go.
Feel better.
Yep, you've got homework now. So, and make a list of your friends so you can start those day trips. Even going to lunch down the hall or down those. Well, yeah, if you're in your home, you can go down the hall. But if you're in your own house, get your girlfriends to go to the nearest fun restaurant. Just check them out. You never know. They might be. I've been known to go with a hat on. Do you know how many women wear hats these days? Very few.
Not too many. It's gone out of style.
Out of style, but I wear them anyway. And I mean, I have people all over. Oh, look at that. She's wearing a hat. Do it and make it fun. So there you go. Fun is for all of us if we choose it. Amen. Right, Marian?
Right.
It's about choices. So thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Marian, for sharing your wonderful wisdom. And just remember, there's a few glitches in this video, but we had to make it anyway because we were so excited about this topic. So thanks again. We're going to go out now with the music as we dance to the music, and we'll see you on down the road.